Are you tired of first world problems, like trying to color your animes with Crayolas because your parents can't afford to spend $600 on you? Well, look no further, because OHUHU is here to change your life. OHUHU was created to make the smart life simpler, tackling first world problems like low battery and slow data access to make life better. People are always advocating for clean drinking water and ending starvation, so it's about time someone fixes the problems you face personally every day. No, I'm just messing around, but that is actually OHUHU's mission statement, which I thought was pretty funny. And OHUHU is a company, and they make a bunch of different things. They make like gardening supplies and electronics, and they have some colored pencils too, so I might try getting those sometime. But yeah, I've been hearing about OHUHU a lot on different YouTube videos, and they're a Copic alternative, and they're only about 50 cents a marker. Look at how pretty that is. So many different colors, and they are alcohol based, so they blend smoothly, but they take a little time to dry, and they bleed through paper pretty easily. Here's the marker. Got a fine tip on this end. And we've got the chisel tip on this end. So there isn't a brush tip, which a lot of people really like brush tips, but I haven't found much difficulty in using these. So I got the set of 80, and I got a really nice variety of colors. I feel like I wish I had some more yellows, but that's, I mean, I have enough, I suppose, to get the job done. So we've got the colors on every end, and you have the names and numbers of them, which is really nice. They are a flat shape, so they don't roll off of tables. The side with the fine tip has this band on it, so you can tell that, I think Copics also did that. And yeah, they feel really nice in the hand. And I have swatches over here. I swatched all of the colors, and I have a pretty nice selection. I did grays and then browns, and then I did the rest of the colors ascending. And some of them have funny names, like this one's LCE Blue, which I'm assuming they meant to write Ice Blue, but they must have misspelled it. And then there's Canaria Yellow, which probably was Canary Yellow. And then we have, oh, this one's really weird. I don't think you can even see it. Let me grab the marker. Yeah, so this one's called Dark Blue Light, and I don't even understand what they meant, but it's a light blue. The only one that was dried out was the Potato Brown. The colors, they tend to go on darker and then dry lighter. These two are supposed to be the same color, the pastel peach. I would definitely recommend making one of these color swatch sheets, because these little colored tops are not very accurate for what you're getting. I've got 3 fluorescents. I've got orange, yellow, and rose. Those ones are really neat. Got a bunch of pastels here. Those are probably my favorite. I did a test seeing if it would line all right with the Sharpie fine liners, because I've been liking using those recently, and it totally worked out. One thing is that if you go over it a bunch of times, it will smear the line and basically destroy it, so just don't get too rough if you're going to be putting lines down first. Now we're gonna do the test where I compare the water-based Crayola markers to the OHUHU markers. I have 2 really bad drawings of an apple here, but I'm going to try painting them, I mean, goodness, I'm gonna try coloring them with some Crayolas and then the OHUHU markers and see how they compare. The markers are already eating through the paper, And blending is difficult, but I mean, I've been using this method for a while now, so I knew that it was difficult. There it is with the old Crayola. And now let's try out these fancy new ones. Oh gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Sure, let's just start here. Oh gosh, they already blend so much better together. That's alcohol-based markers for you. This color I'm using right now is just like normal yellow. And I'm like, that's not normal yellow, that's basically orange. The Sharpies are starting to bleed the more I get rough with it. Is it sad that I actually like the Crayola one better so far? Oh, yeah, sometimes you're trying to pull on it and then this just comes out. So watch out for that. One thing I do notice is that the color lays down a lot smoother. And I'll do a zoom up so you can see it. See how this one's kind of like patchy? And this one is totally, oops. And this one's totally not patchy. It's like really gets in there. So yeah, now I'm gonna do the shadow. So yeah, here's my comparison of Crayola and the OHUHU markers. And these ones on this paper tend to spread out a little bit more, but I suppose that kind of helps them blend together. And you can see the differences in the shadows. This one made a much better shadow. I was able to get a nice texture in this one just because my marker was kind of messed up and funky, so that's why that looks good. But yeah, this one definitely puts the ink on the paper more smoothly and it blends, probably just because it's alcohol based. I'm not too familiar with Copics, so I'm not 100% sure like how Copics do in this condition, but I know that this one is very nice and it's nice, even, and smooth. By the way, one thing to keep in mind is that it bleeds pretty bad when you go on it that heavily and keep adding colors. So I put this piece of paper in behind it and even it bled through to it, and it even got onto my sketch a little bit. So it's been about a day since I did this, and the gray in the OHUHU markers actually blended very nicely. It soaked in and it makes a very nice dark red rather than just having a very obvious gray on top of the red here. It dried nicely. The only issue is that it did soak through. And yeah, it looks great. I really like that, how that looks. Here's my illustration that I did. I was really testing to see how the colors would do up against each other, and the colors actually did really well. They didn't bleed into each other too much, and they laid down really nice and smooth. I was trying to imitate fur texture, and I think these coats are made out of sealskin, so I was trying to imitate kind of a sealskin furry look. And then I was testing out how to make plaid, and I really like how it turned out. The colors overlaid with each other very nice, and it actually looks pretty much like a plaid. I also colored this one today. For her dress, I just used the same color to shade, which works pretty well, but for her hair and stuff I used darker colors to do the darker shades, and so I would recommend using more colors to shade probably. I like how this turned out a lot, and it bled, but it wasn't too bad. I had a page underneath it, so it kind of absorbs some of that bleeding. They come in this really nice carrying case, which has a handle. And actually I've seen a lot of, dude, I don't know if they're imitation OHUHU markers or if OHUHU imitated someone else. But a lot of them I have noticed are using the same pictures to show their markers on Amazon, and they actually have the same carrying case. So I'm not sure who did it first, but this one it seems like very nice quality. Well, not very nice quality, but it gets the job done. I don't feel like this is going to rip anytime soon with just normal use. With these only being 50 cents a marker, I would definitely recommend these to anybody who hasn't used alcohol-based markers before. I haven't really used them, and I love these, and these are so fun. I haven't used Copics too much, so I wouldn't know how they compare to Copics, but they definitely are a step up from Crayola markers. Yeah, so if you're wanting to invest in some markers to make your art look like 10 times better than it does now, I would definitely buy these markers. I spent like 38 bucks for these, and shipping was free, and that was awesome. It only took about a week to ship, so that's pretty good. So I recommend these. Like, get the thumbs up. Alright, well, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.